Ladies and gentlemen, life is not always painted in bright colors. Sometimes it is painted in shades of solitude. We are born in families, we grow up in societies, we are surrounded by people who talk to us, laugh with us, even walk with us. But the reality hits when life knocks us down. That is when we discover a harsh truth. No one is truly our friend when it comes to lifting us from the ground. People may support you for a while, but no one will carry your burdens forever. The world is full of smiles, but not every smile belongs to you. The sooner we accept this reality, the sooner we learn to walk without a crutch. Depending on others for your happiness, your strength, or your survival will only weaken you. It is in your own two hands, in your own beating heart, and in your own determined mind where the real power lies. Stop waiting for someone else to save you, because no one is coming. Save yourself. People come and go, but you remain. People enter your life like chapters in a book. Some chapters are filled with love, some with lessons, some with betrayal, and some with growth. But no matter how powerful a chapter is, it eventually closes. If you measure your worth by who stays and who leaves, you will forever feel unstable. Because people are not permanent, they are visitors. And visitors don't define the foundation of your life. When you cling too tightly to those who are passing through, you set yourself up for heartbreak. You begin to believe their presence is the reason for your happiness, and when they go, the emptiness feels unbearable. But here's the truth. The only person who has stayed in every chapter of your life is you. You have faced every loss, every victory, every breakdown, and every breakthrough with yourself. That's where your strength lies. The mistake we often make is thinking people owe us their loyalty forever. But loyalty cannot be forced, and friendships cannot be guaranteed. Life moves, people move, and that movement is not a reflection of your value, it is simply the way things are. Instead of holding on to what's temporary, start grounding yourself in what's eternal. Your own courage, your own voice, your own choices. The power of knowing that you remain even when others leave is unmatched. It allows you to see people as blessings, not anchors. When they're there, you can love them, cherish them, and enjoy the moments. But when they're gone, you don't fall apart, you continue standing, because your stability was never built on them to begin with. Imagine walking into every relationship, every friendship, every connection, knowing this truth: I am whole even without you. That doesn't make you cold, it makes you free. It means you can love without fear, give without expectation, and let go without breaking. That freedom is the foundation of strength. And once you embrace it, you no longer chase people to stay. You no longer beg for attention. You no longer feel abandoned when life shifts. Because you finally understand that people come and go, but you remain, and that is enough. Depending on others is a silent weakness. Dependency feels safe. It feels like a warm blanket you wrap yourself in, convincing yourself that as long as someone is there, you'll be okay. But what happens when that blanket is pulled away? What happens when the person you depend on suddenly isn't available? That's when you feel the cold truth. You've built your confidence on borrowed strength. The danger of depending on others is that it makes you fragile without realizing it. You become conditioned to seek reassurance, to seek approval, to seek someone else's presence to feel stable. And in the absence of that, you crumble. But here's the shift you need. Dependence is not love. Dependence is not security. Dependence is simply a form of self-abandonment. When you depend on others, you give away your power. You hand over your happiness, your peace, your confidence, and say, "Here, you control this for me." And the scary part is, people are human. They will fail, they will disappoint, they will change, they will leave. And when they do, they take your power with them. That is why dependence is the silent thief of strength. Instead of dependence, you need to build resilience. Resilience is the opposite of fragility. It's the ability to stand tall even when no one is clapping, to keep moving even when no one is watching, to breathe even when no one is holding your hand. That's not isolation, that's empowerment. Think of every time you've overcome something alone. Think of every time you had no one to call, no one to lean on, and yet you survived. That's proof that you don't need to depend, you are already capable. That voice inside that told you keep going when no one else did, that's your true friend. That's the muscle you need to train every single day. Dependency is weakness disguised as comfort. Independence is strength disguised as discomfort. Choose discomfort now, because it will turn into power later. Break the chains of dependence and you'll discover that you've had everything you needed inside of you all along. Your journey is yours alone. Your life is not a group project. It's a solo journey, a unique path that only you can walk. People may join you for stretches of it, but they can never fully carry the weight of your experiences. No one else has lived your pain. No one else has fought your battles. No one else has faced your demons. Expecting them to understand or fix it for you is not fair. It's your mountain to climb. When you finally accept that this journey is yours alone, something shifts inside of you. You stop waiting for people to give you direction. You stop asking others for permission to take steps forward. You stop relying on their understanding to validate your decisions. You begin to walk boldly, even if no one else understands where you're going. The truth is, no one else has your vision. No one else sees the world through your eyes. That's why they may not always support you. They may not always cheer for you. They may not always get you. But that doesn't mean you're wrong. It means you're unique. And your journey doesn't need validation. It needs courage. Walking alone is not loneliness, it's alignment. It's learning to trust yourself enough to move even when the road feels unclear. It's teaching yourself to stay committed even when people question you. It's proving to yourself that your path is worth walking, even if it's walked in silence. And here's the beauty: when you walk your journey alone, the right people will meet you on the way. Not because you needed them, but because you attracted them by moving forward. Strong people align with strong journeys. But if you stand still, waiting for someone to walk with you first, you'll never move. Your journey is yours, and yours alone. Stop looking around to see who is watching. Stop checking who is beside you. Just keep walking. One step at a time, one choice at a time, one day at a time. The path is yours, and that is enough. Self-respect is born in independence. There is a power that rises in you the moment you realize you don't need anyone to define your worth. That power is self-respect. It's not about arrogance. It's not about being distant. It's about valuing yourself enough to stop begging, stop chasing, and stop waiting for people to give you what you can give yourself. When you live dependent on others for validation, your self-respect slowly erodes. You start tolerating things that break you. You start accepting less than you deserve. You start saying yes when your soul is screaming no, all because you fear losing the little bit of attention they're giving you. But when you stop depending, you take that power back. Independence teaches you boundaries. It teaches you to say no without guilt, to walk away without fear, to stand firm without apology. And the moment you do that, people start treating you differently, not because they changed, but because you did. You showed them how to treat you by how you treated yourself. Self-respect is not about being hard, it's about being whole. It's about realizing that your worth is not negotiable. It's about knowing that you don't have to lower your standards just to keep someone around. When you stand in that truth, you radiate a strength that commands respect without even asking for it. Independence doesn't mean isolation, it means choice. It means choosing yourself first so you can show up stronger in every relationship. It means choosing your peace over chaos, your dignity over desperation, your values over validation. And the more you practice independence, the more you discover the priceless gift of self-respect. A gift that no one else can give you and no one else can take away. That is the power of standing on your own. Be your own best friend. At the end of every single day, when the noise fades, when the room is quiet, when the people are gone, the only person left with you is you. And that's why learning to be your own best friend is not optional, it's survival. If you cannot sit with yourself in peace, no amount of company will fill the void. Most people struggle with this because they've spent their lives seeking external love while ignoring their own. They talk kindly to others but harshly to themselves. They forgive others but punish themselves endlessly. They uplift others but tear themselves down. Being your own best friend means flipping that script. It means giving yourself the same love, patience, and encouragement you so easily give away. When you learn to encourage yourself, you no longer crumble waiting for someone else to do it. When you learn to cheer for yourself, you no longer need the crowd. When you learn to comfort yourself, you no longer fear solitude. This doesn't mean you don't need people, it means you're not dependent on them to feel whole. Being your own best friend is about creating a safe space within yourself. A space where you can fail without judgment, where you can grow without shame, where you can dream without limits. That inner friendship becomes your anchor in the storms. It becomes your shield when people leave. It becomes your constant in a world that constantly changes. The moment you start treating yourself as your best friend, everything else shifts. You walk differently, you talk differently, you carry yourself differently. Because you know that no matter what happens, no matter who stays or who goes, you will always have your own back. And that is the greatest power of all, not needing to depend on anyone to make you feel enough, because you already are. At the end of the day, life becomes lighter the moment you stop expecting others to carry you. When you stop depending on people for strength, validation, or companionship, you begin to discover your own power. The truth is, people will leave, people will disappoint, people will change, and that's not a tragedy, that's reality. The tragedy is when you let their absence break you. But when you decide to become your own anchor, no wave can drown you. You start walking with the confidence that whether people clap or stay silent, whether they walk beside you or walk away, you will keep moving because your journey does not depend on them. Independence is not loneliness, it is liberation. It is choosing to be whole even when others are missing. It is building a friendship with yourself so strong that no abandonment feels unbearable. It is standing tall in your own self-respect so deeply that you never beg for scraps of loyalty. And it is walking your path with courage so fiercely that the right people are drawn to you not because you need them, but because you are already complete. No one is your permanent friend, and no one is your permanent enemy. So stop depending, start living, and remember that you have always been enough on your own.